All right, y'all, it's time to go and see what this looks like. So we have it wrapped, covered, taking it out, and this is what we got so far. Sorry, I'm smacking my mouth. I have chocolate chips, and they're delicious, dairy-free. What we're about to do is called stretch and folds. When you stretch and fold, you'll pull the dough and you'll fold it over to that side. You turn the bowl, pull, fold 7 times. Then we're gonna cover it with this, same thing as before. Put a 15-minute timer on, then we're gonna perform stretch and folds again. We're going to perform every set of stretch and folds 7 times. Now, I've already completed it 6 times. I just wanted to show you the last final stretch and fold. I'm gonna put the camera lower now so you can see what my hands are doing. I use one hand because I don't like to get messy. It will stick. So if you really want to, you can put your hands in some flour, but I'm not going to do that. So I'm going to scrape. I'm going to stretch it. And I'm going to fold it over. So that's one side complete, right? Then I'm going to turn the bowl any way you want. I'm going to scrape this side again. I'm going to pull it up and fold it over. Now, because this is the 7th time, it should have that dough-like consistency and be a little tacky. So that's 2 times. You scrape it. Pull it, stretch, fold it over. And yeah, it may get a little sticky, it's fine. That's 3 times. Turn. We're gonna do this 4 more times. Stretch and fold. And I just like to scrape the sides because it can get sticky, and I really want to be able to stretch this bad boy. And as you can see, it kind of forms its own dough ball now. Like, the reason why I scraped it that first time initially was because once it sits for that 15 minutes, it can get stuck to the bowl. But now you can see how it's kind of melting in together. So I don't even remember, was that 4 or 5? I don't know, I'm just gonna do this 2 more times. It's okay if you do it 8 times, it's okay you do it 6 times. Like, stretch it and fold it over. Like I said, you're gonna cover this and you're gonna do that 7 more times. So now I'm gonna let that sit for 15 minutes, but this is my 7th time. So I wanted to show you this because after you've done, again, 7 stretch and folds, sit for 15 minutes, do that whole set 7 times. When you're done on your 7th time, you have 2 options. So for me, it's 10 o'clock at night. I'm not gonna be finishing this dough tonight. So I'll put this in the fridge. If you have time, you're gonna bake it right after, you're gonna cook everything right through. You would sit this on your counter for 4 hours. And obviously you want it to be in a room temp. You don't want your house to be cold. You want it to be nice, warm room temp. You let that sit on the counter for 4 hours. Now, if you're like me and you don't have time for that, this is another option that you can do. You could also place this in the fridge overnight. Putting it in the fridge overnight is just going to have a slower fermentation process, so it's going to rise. Essentially, what we're doing is we're letting it sit and rise this time because that's what you let bread do, I guess. The key part in this is that you want it to double in size. And the reason why we're putting that in the fridge is because it's going to take a little bit longer time. So it'll double in size, but at least, okay, it's 10 o'clock at night. Maybe it'll be like 10 to 12 hours or 8 to 10 hours, depending on how long we sleep. And it should have doubled in size rather than leaving it on the counter. It's going to double in size a lot faster. And then you don't want it to just be sitting there, and it can get hard sometimes. So let it double in size. We're going to put this in the fridge, and I will see you guys in the morning so we can do the next steps. Okay, so now it's been an hour. We're gonna take it out. This is what it should look like. It's settled, it's doubled. For this round loaf, I'm gonna be putting it in a pan like this so it can rise and have the freedom at the top. To make it easier for me, I'm going to take parchment paper and just put it on the bottom. So when I take it out of the oven, I can just pull it right out. And then I'll just pour right in. And this time, in the bread pan, it should come right off. No residue, no consistency, not sticking at all. So, okay, so that's in there. I'm gonna do the other loaf as well. So for the rectangular loaf, you can see I've got a pan to also mimic that shape. And I just put this one in a wood bowl. It's kind of lost its shape just because the bowl I put it in was round. But that's all right. Now you can score it, but I don't have anything to really score it to make a design or to open it. But I am going to take some filtered water and put a little bit on my hands and put it on the top, just enough to cover the layer. Don't make it wet, don't drench it, but it's gonna give you that hard crust when it's finished. Like I said, throughout this whole process, you want it to be filtered. So I'm just gonna take you with me. And just a little bit of water. I have a little small mason jar I'm gonna use for this, and literally don't even need a lot. Just enough to cover our fingertips, our hands, and to put on the bread. I don't know if I told you this, but I set the oven already to 400 degrees Fahrenheit. Really, you want to set it maybe 20 minutes or 10 minutes before it's done rising. This bread is done rising for the last time. That's when I turn the oven off. I coated this in water. It's ready to go in the oven at 400 degrees Fahrenheit. We're gonna put it in for about 30 to 45 minutes. I would recommend for your first time just continually checking on it after about 30 minutes just to see your oven's quality and heat temp and how it can relate to the bread, because some ovens are different. It may cook faster, it may cook slower. It may be different if you put it in the front or the back of your oven. So just test it out and kind of feel it out so you know what to expect for all your other times. Let's go put this puppy in. Now we're about to put this one in. I just set the timer to 35 minutes and I will see you guys in about 35 minutes. All right, guys, it's been an hour. I took it out of the oven, and actually you're gonna let it sit on the counter for about an hour as well, hour to 2 hours, just so the bread can kind of settle and do what it needs to do. This is what it looks like coming out. So as you can see, it's got a little bit of brownish to it, which is how you know it's done. I remember the first time I did it, it was very, very pale and I didn't know what I was doing. That means it's not finished cooking yet, but it is now complete. And I wanna show you a fresh slice. So the pan, it's out of the pan, move it away. And what I recommend is getting a bread knife. It's got these little jagged edges, if you can see that. And I'm just gonna use the bread loaf, not the sourdough loaf that I have that's round. It's actually kind of square now because it took the shape of the pan. This is the bread loaf. It's warm. And it smells so delicious. All right, Ma, this is for you. We're gonna go ahead and cut a slice. I want to lower the camera down just so you can see me cutting it. Okay, warm, fresh, soft, and obviously as it cools down more, it's gonna get more firm, but that's exactly what we're looking for. Now let's go ahead and taste. This is like restaurant bread. This is high quality, delicious, nutritious bread, and we did it ourselves. I hope this video was helpful for you specifically, so you can learn how to make this bread with me now. If you have any questions, Mother, you can FaceTime me. Everyone else, comment below. And before I forget, I'm gonna tell you what I normally store this in. So you can wrap it in a Ziploc bag if you don't have anything else. It's totally fine, no biggie. When I store this, it's actually what this camera has been sitting on as my little mount. I have a bread container. And I got this because I know I bake a lot. I got this from Williams-Sonoma. I like to bake the bread a lot. So I use this container from Williams-Sonoma, and this is where I keep the bread. It keeps it fresh, prevents it from being stale, and I just put it right in like this. And Jonathan, my husband, he loves this bread. He actually requests for it all the time. And I really enjoy making it for him. I feel like my love language can also be cooking, and I love doing that for the people that I love. So let me know how your bread turns out. And when you finish, go ahead and give a slice to somebody that you love. This is the other loaf, just so you can see how it turned out. It's actually, probably could have let it cool on a little bit more. I actually have some soup for that. I make this bread fresh so we can go ahead and eat that. Have a good day. See you guys later, and thanks for watching. Comment below if you need anything. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe if this was helpful for you, and I will see you for the next video. Bye guys, thank you.